Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Artieka.
And I'm Tommy.
And today we are reviewing Ready to Love Season 4, Episode 13, The Reunion Part 2. Before we get into today's review, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, so this episode, or this part of the reunion, I should say, open back up with Kyra answering the question of if she was interested in AJ. Essentially, she said in a very nice way, wrapped up with a bow, no.
Yeah.
But she said that space took too many hits and he is not her focus. But then she also said a whole bunch of convoluted things to basically be like, when he ready to be an adult, he can come on back through.
Yeah.
So next we go over to Troy, who they called Sir Kiss-a-Lot. I had honestly forgot that this was Troy's season because there was so much other stuff going on this season. So when they said Troy was Sir Kiss-a-Lot, I was like, oh yeah, he was kissing everybody.
He sure did.
So they went through a package, which was essentially all the birthday trips that he offered and all the kisses that he gave. And he essentially just said that he has learned to be careful and watch what he's doing, especially in front of cameras, because everybody held up their hands when asked, and he had offered 3 trips and 4 kisses.
5 kisses.
5 kisses?
5 kisses.
Okay. 3 trips and 5 kisses, which he's like, I don't remember doing that. It's just a greeting for me.
But he didn't, like, the thing with Troy, Troy was a creeper to me.
Oh,
but
definitely.
At the beginning, like, at that split scene, he was like, that's his move.
Mm-hmm.
Is to kiss him. And I guess at the reunion was the first time that they saw that. And Amber was like, well, why not just say that instead of saying that's your move?
Right. If it's just a greeting, it's a greeting, because we all know people who have certain mannerisms when they see. Exactly.
And I know it.
And if it's not a new person in your life, it's someone that has been consistent for years, you're a hugger and you're an I love you.
Yeah.
Like, that's just who you are.
Right.
But Troy is a kisser.
Right.
He's a kisser and a trip offerer.
Right. Like, I offer you a trip. That's his game, man. It backfired. And then also he was like, to be careful on TV. And I'm thinking to myself, how often are you on TV?
Well, at the end, and he was trying to get back on TV for another season.
Like, hey, player, I thought you were going to bring me back for DC.
Why? Why would you think that, Troy? I'll fly up there. No. No.
Absolutely not, Troy.
So the next thing that we saw was Amber and her catastrophe. She did tell Andrea. She said that she did find the cat.
Good.
But they did roll through like her talking to, was it Dietrich, about losing the cat?
Yeah.
And nephew Tommy was like, well, if she ain't tell y'all about the cat, y'all need to work hard at getting to know her, because she really professed her love and appreciation and admiration for this cat. But Andrea just basically walked away from this saying that she's learned that she is not assertive enough, or that she sometimes cannot be assertive, I should say.
Right.
I don't want to be the person to be like, girl, that's not it. Because I think that when you get placed into a fishbowl like this, there's always going to be somebody that's not assertive enough. So if that's not your personality, that's not your personality. And this just wasn't the thing for you to do. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sure it took her out of her comfort zone to do it.
For sure.
But I don't think that from the little bit that we saw of Andrea, I don't think that she has issues being assertive when needed. Mm-hmm. It just didn't feel needed in that moment. Right. So I get it. You have anything else for Andrea?
Nah.
All right. So next we did a mental health package with Jason and Kyra, which essentially was just, them talking about opening up to each other about going through depression and things like that, which you could see why Kyra felt a connection with him, because they definitely connected on a deeper level than I think you're attractive. I think you're attractive. We should go out.
Yeah.
But then we got into Jason and Kyra, the non-couple.
Mm-hmm.
And Jason said that Kyra just didn't have her mind made up. And essentially they both got upset with each other because they were talking in circles. Kyra says, you said the exact same thing that I said. Like, you wanted me to choose you. And when I didn't make a decision, you chose Liz. And I wanted to see where all of this was going. And you didn't choose me.
Well, I think with that whole situation, Kyra needed to say that she's leaning a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it got to a point in Jason's mind, this is just all speculation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But in a point, it was like, hey, I'm really enjoying my time with Liz. I do like Kyra.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The Kyra is the more, like, if we was out and about, Kyra would be the lady that I would walk up to and try to talk to and try to form some type of relationship with. But I'm enjoying Liz. Like, my time spent with her, her focus on me, my focus on her, like the dates and stuff. I would rather spend that time with Liz. And Kyra was still saying, well, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's still a toss up. And it's like, well, why am I going to waste my time doing this? You know? And well, I want to say not waste his time, but he was like, well, while she's figuring out, I'm finna go spend more time where I enjoy myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with Liz. And, you know.
And he just didn't articulate that well. And in Kyra's defense, because he didn't articulate that well, she thought that there was still some type of chance for her. And he was waiting on her to choose him. Mm-hmm. And there was just not the conversation of them doing that. And Kyra essentially just said, I wish he would have told me, because if he had told me, I would have put my efforts elsewhere. But my efforts were with you. I just didn't say you were the only person that I'm checking for. That's
because
it wasn't the truth.
Right. Essentially, Kyra just played that wrong.
Yeah, no.
She played her spades wrong, man. That's all.
Not disagreeing at all. But it's essentially the situation of Jason played the game as long as he could before he was like, I have to make a decision. And he made his decision, which was at the ending.
I think was a better decision for him. But we would never know if he made the decision with Kyra. But I just feel like that decision was made not by normalcy.
Normal circumstances.
Yeah, but it was made out of pure relationship building. Like out of pure pureness. Purity. It's my southern slang.
I mean, you know, you get to the ending of this process and you have to make some type of decision.
Yeah.
And you choose the person that's choosing you. And it's sad to say, because you get to the ending of this situation and you're choosing the person that chooses you in hopes that they're like, you choose someone hoping that they're choosing you back, I should say. And Liz was just, I don't want to say that that's why he chose her, but she was a safe bet.
No, I don't even believe that she was a safe bet. I believe, like, up until the resort, when they went to the resort, I don't think he knew who he wanted to go with.
I could see that.
But when they went to the resort, he wanted to spend more time with her.
No, I get that. I'm not disagreeing with that. But what I'm saying is the safe bet in general, when one person has two options and I have one option, I'm going with the person that I know is going to choose me. Mm-hmm. And that's not saying anything negative about Jason or Liz or Kyra. That's just simple math.
Yeah.
If you're talking to two chicks and the guy over here is only talking to one, I'm not going to compete. Yeah. I'm going to go with the person that's trying to get with me, because it's a one-on-one thing.
Yeah.
I have to worry about what this other girl is doing on the other side.
Right. And Kyra was hurt at the reunion because of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was between them. Jason was tired of hearing about it. Mm-hmm. Kyra was still a little upset because Kyra liked AJ aesthetically, but she liked Jason all around, you know, and that would have been her choice if, you know, he would have chose her.
The aesthetics can get you all the time. Make you make bad decisions. At the end of that though, Liz did talk up Jason. She was like, "You said what needed to be said."
Yeah. She was so supportive. She's such a supportive lady.
So next we get over to David and Stacy. They basically said a whole bunch of convoluted nothing, and he ended with marriage is the ultimate disclosure, and that they agreed to the fact that they were saying the same things, but they were in different phases of a relationship.
Yeah.
Stacy was talking about not wanting things in dating, but them being okay in marriage. And David jumped straight to marriage.
Yeah. Which I don't think you should do. I think David should have kept it very face value with the conversation and not extreme, like go to the extreme of marriage, because the thing about marriages, or at least the ones that I know of that I talk to people about, is they're all different. Same situations may happen, you know, but they're all different, and how you can handle them are all different. That's the one thing I love talking about marriage for, is because me and you can go through one situation, friends of ours can go through the same situation, two different outcomes, both positive, but we just handled them differently, you know?
And I mean, everybody's not the same. So people are going to handle situations differently for that reason alone.
Yeah.
But David obviously jumps to marriage because David wants to be married.
Right.
David feels that he is a husband, and he is going to keep going until he gets it right. Because if he gets married again, that'll be, I think, his third marriage. Yeah. And hopefully for him, third time is the charm.
But the thing about that though, man, the one thing I disagree with David about, I was like, man, you can't, what came first, the chicken or the egg? You know, what I was
about to say, I'm not following.
I'm just saying, it's like, what comes first?
I wish there was a camera right here so I could see my face.
What comes first is the you know, you got to date a person, and in dating that person will guide your marriage. Like, because you're not going to change. We get married, everything all of a sudden changes. No, the only thing changes is her last name. Sometimes. Perhaps. You know what I'm saying? But you guys have built the bond that you're going to have. And this bond, or this foundation that you guys built while dating, guides you through your marriage. Yeah, it takes trust. It takes communication. But you learn all those things when dating.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. But when Nephew Tommy polled the women about like passwords and all that stuff, everybody had the same, well, for the most part, everybody had the same reaction. Are we talking about dating or are we talking about marriage? Right. Because those are two different things. And that's honestly where the conversation should have started with David and Stacy. Not that I thought that David and Stacy were going to hit it off anyways, but
yeah, I feel you.
That's where the conversation should have started, because if you're talking about what happens when we 65 and I'm talking about 23, we're already on two different pages. And so if you get on the same page, it's like, oh yeah, okay, we're on the same page. Yes, I agree with you. Exactly. That's all they needed for each other. But again, still, I don't think that it was going to work with them for each other.
No.
Next was we'd all been waiting to see Joelle and Vernicia.
I have no clue what happened there. I was just
Vernicia was big mad.
I was extremely sad.
Were you?
Yeah, when I found out that they wasn't rocking together, because I was like, they're gonna work out.
So I put that there's obvious tension between them when they sit down. Vernicia had her arms folded. It was enough space for another person to sit on the couch between them. So she just started off by saying 2 weeks after filming Wrapped, Joelle started treating her differently. Mm-hmm. Now, we did find out that there was some intimacy betwixt the two of them. And I mean,
like, we knew that was
I'm going to say we kind of figured that with the whole, we going to share a bed and I'm not closing the door to the bathroom, but all these cameras in here.
Right. She know what she wants. He know what he wants.
So she said that he had downplayed their relationship several times or on several occasions. And he said that she was moving too fast. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, my notes moved. He said that he was just trying to be friends with everybody. And she said that he was hanging out. I put freaking frack, but she said Stacy and Chrysanthemum more than he was hanging out with her. And Stacy was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Man, I thought Stacy and Vernicia was about to get into it, man. At one point, it was like, she was like, no. And then Vernicia was like, I'm sorry, I heard. And the head started moving. I was like, they finna battle it out? Or not fight, but, you know, just arguing with each other over something.
I think that Vernicia was very much so in I said what I said. Mm-hmm. And you can say whatever you say, but I'm going to tell you what I heard. Yeah. And when these cameras go off, I can tell you who said it too. So you can go on and tell me that they was lying to their face. Yeah. Because she was basically like it was a cast member that said it.
It probably was Ron.
Vernicia essentially said that she's not used to chasing or begging men for time. And Joelle said he's not sure if he wants to mend that relationship with each other, which I hoped for the best with Joelle and Vernicia. But as I started seeing him online as the season was progressing, which I knew was after everything had wrapped, I was like, he trying to launch his music career. That's what this was about. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, I've not ever watched one of his videos, but I see comments from things, and he has a whole YouTube channel with his music on it. So, and he uploads his lives from Instagram on there and everything. So I see what's being uploaded. I just didn't watch what was being uploaded.
Nah, I hear you.
But just based on the comments of things that I've seen, it looks like it was more so like, let me tell you about this show. Let me clear the air about this. And by the way, got a music video. Check it out.
It's a real music video?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
No, I just, you know, I was hoping and wishing for them to actually make it and do well at this. It's kind of sad to see that they didn't, but hey, it is what it is on that. Joelle, I believe, knows where he made his mistakes.
He said that. He said when the guys were talking at the end.
Oh, yeah. He was like, I messed that up.
I know where I messed that up at.
Yeah.
But he acknowledging it to yourself and acknowledging it to Vernicia are two different things.
Totally different things.
And I think that she might have been forgiving had he acknowledged it to her and they attempted to start over. I don't want to say pick back up where they left off, because you can't pick back up at anger.
Yeah.
But attempt to start over and like start anew and try again, but he's not interested in doing that. After that breakdown, Dietrich came over and tried to help Vernicia, like, just talk to him.
And she was like, I ain't know. I'm done.
And I mean, Vernicia been done more than once, and this time she looked done.
Yeah, she was finished. Finito.
So basically we wrap up the end of the episode with Liz. So we start with Liz and David, and everybody, well, nephew Tommy said it out loud, but it looked like the crowd agreed that David looked like he was trying to quit before he got fired.
Yeah.
And he nephew Tommy basically said to him that you sent more than one woman home, but you would not allow yourself to be sent home. Like you were trying to have the upper hand in it so that you didn't look bad, but it made you look worse.
He also told him that he had to come to him. He was the only person that people go to send themselves home. Mm-hmm. So
he said that he never asked Liz about if she kissed Jason again in front of his friends. Liz said that was a lie. He apologized to Liz about that, and then at the ending of that, that's when we found out Liz and Jason were still together. Mm-hmm. Although we knew it with the affirmation after the Jason and Kyra blow up. So then we get to the Jason and Liz package, and Liz said honesty is what she admires most about Jason. Jason said that Liz positions herself to be pursued. I think that was a shot at Kyra a little bit. And he said that that he is respectful of her boundaries about sex, but they are intimate with each other, and that they are in a relationship, that they've met each other's families, and
they're exclusively dating each other. Mm-hmm. So kudos to them.
So we had two couples make it, which is more than we had last season.
Yep.
It only would need to be one to be more than last season. I wonder, are they
today still together?
Somebody said in our comments earlier in the season that Jason was still on Instagram professing his love for Liz. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say, that they're at least still together.
I wonder about KG and Amber.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that they are, but I don't follow either one of them on social media.
Yeah.
So my assumption is that they are. But I hope that, going back to Joelle and Vernicia, I'm not hoping anything for the two of them together.
Yeah.
But we've seen communication at the forefront of Vernicia and Joelle be an issue, and it has mostly been Joelle's communication. Mm-hmm. I hope that him watching this television show helps him see himself as a poor communicator, and he attempts to be better.
Yeah.
I can't say what Vernicia's role in the confusion is, because she felt like a woman scorned and she acted as such.
Yeah.
I completely get it, because if people who are reliable sources are telling me, and even if you're telling me that you went and hung out with this person, you went and hung out with that person, but I can't see you, sounds like you're not trying to spend time with me, and I have an issue with that. Mm. And so I really hope that they can figure out their communication styles with each other. I am interested, and I probably won't scour the internet for it. So if y'all see something, please let me know. But I am interested to see more of what Ron has to say, because somebody put in our comments about Stacy and Chrysanthemum still hanging out with Ron and everything else that has happened. But Ron has presented himself as the what you call a little kid tattletale? Yeah. Like he's definitely been the one to run and tell that on this season. But you got anything else?
Man, I really enjoyed this season, man. I enjoyed the people that were on there. I enjoyed the fact that we saw two couples that like really worked it out and stuck it out together. They were enjoyable, and likable and everything like that. So I really enjoyed this season. Hopefully the next season in DC will be better than this one. And hopefully as time goes on, you start to see like this really working out for people. You know what I'm saying?
I hope so. I really do hope so. I wish, and I know that the world is not going to allow for it, but I wish that you could have more of the lockdown of like the resort with future seasons. But I know that people can't do that. They still have lives to lead. But I like that aspect of it, like season 3, how everything was shut down and it was just they were in their bubble.
Well, I was gonna say I like this season because they wasn't in a bubble, but they did have a chance to go to a resort and kind of create that bubble atmosphere closer to the end. So I feel like being able to be out and about, you know, in the city that you live in kind of gives it a more natural feel to it, because naturally you're not going to go to a resort with 19 other strangers and be in this game until you get eliminated or you win. You know, that's not going to naturally happen for somebody dating. But, you know, naturally in the city that you live in, you will be able to go out on dates, different places and stuff like that. So
I guess my thing with the bubble was that it was less opportunity. Well, I mean, I say less opportunity. We got to see more of the interactions between everybody because they were a little bit more controlled.
Right.
And this time around, it's like, well, we had a party at Ron's house.
And it was a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff happening
that we didn't get to see.
Right. And then I did a terrible job with withholding these random dates. Like we never saw Chrysanthemum and Troy's date on TV. Yeah. I'm trying to think of another date that we missed on TV. Just front of mine. It was a lot of dates.
Chrysanthemum and Troy's were the most interesting because like
the Airbnb.
We all was like, nah, they ain't his house.
Right.
Oh, I wish they would have asked that on the reunion.
I don't know why they didn't.
It'd be like, Troy, was that
probably because we didn't see it.
Because we didn't see it, right.
But I wish they would have done more of those things.
Yeah.
Well, you got nothing else?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and comment down below. Let us know what you guys thought of this week's episode, or actually this season in totality, because Tommy and I have only been watching for 2 seasons, and you know, this one was a little bit more interesting than last just because of the dynamics.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Peace.